Hi, my name's Karen Kay and I'm the creator of Oracle of the Fairies. Now, in this second video, we're going to be looking at the various spreads that you can do with the Oracle of the Fairies. Just to recap from what we've already looked at in the first video, we learnt how to bond with our cards in various ways, and this included gazing at the cards, combining our own energy with the cards, holding the cards to our heart, and also visually looking at the cards and allowing the images to go inside and merging our own auric field with the cards. And basically this is an ongoing process, and you will just continue to bond with your cards and touch them and connect with them as much as you can, and this will form a really wonderful relationship with you and the cards. And as you do this, you can always call to the fairies to join you in anything that you do when you're working with the Oracle of the Fairies. So before we start, let's do a small visualization to form a protective circle around us. If you recall the protection card from the Oracle of the Fairies, it shows a circle of fairies in beautiful rainbow coloured clothing forming a fairy ring. Now visualize these fairies around you now. Breathe slowly and gently and feel their beautiful protective energy. And if you work with any other guides, then feel free to call them in at this time. If you wish to burn a candle, then do so now. Or perhaps you'd like to light some incense or burn some sacred sage. All of these things help to create the sacred space from which we'll do our readings. When you feel ready, take your cards and we're going to shuffle them before we start. We'll place the guidebook here for reference. So we're now going to shuffle the cards, holding the intention of our question within our minds and our hearts. Now, you may not have a question, that's totally fine. You can just surrender to whatever the cards wish to tell you at this time. So you can trust that the messages that you get from the cards will be the ones that you need to hear at this moment. Or maybe you have a particular question in mind. Think about the question as you shuffle the cards. Otherwise, just meditate with the cards and focus your energy into the cards, knowing that the right cards will come out for you. Now we're going to start with a basic one card reading. Now anyone can do this at any time. It's very, very simple. It's just one card. Now usually the way I do this is I just shuffle like so until one card reveals itself. Now sometimes the cards can literally fly out of the deck, which is very appropriate for a fairy deck. And sometimes you just instinctively know when to stop shuffling, and then you would turn over the bottom card or the top card. Oh look, there you go. Okay, so what have we got? We have abundance. What a beautiful card for our first reading together. So the abundance card is self-explanatory, really. It's about abundance, and that doesn't always mean financial abundance. It can mean abundance of joy, abundance of happiness, abundance of love. It can be abundance of finances and material abundance. You will know what form this abundance will take and what it will mean for you personally. It's going to be different for everyone. But this card tells us that there is an aura of abundance around the recipient, the reader. And if you're reading for someone else, then this will tell you that there is an aura of abundance around the person you are reading for. Now this is without even reading the message on the card. So the first thing you do is see the word, which is abundance, then you would read the message. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and humanland, there is enough abundance for everyone. So the first thing to ask yourself is, do you have any mental blocks that are stopping abundance flowing to you? This is a very important question to look at, and it might not be comfortable, but it's very important that you look and think, well, actually, no, I don't have any blocks to abundance. I'm open to receiving abundance. Or perhaps this is triggering something for you. And if it is, look at this and you can release it. You can say something simple like, I release any blockages to abundance. Simple. You can say that, or you can make up your own saying to release any blockages that you may have. Another thing you can do is, I am receptive to abundance in all its wonderful forms. So this is the card. Now we could say, in this instance, because we're learning about reading with the cards, I'm open to the abundance of knowledge when it comes to reading the Oracle of the Fairies cards. I welcome abundance into my life. So this is our first reading together, and I'm really happy that the abundance card has presented itself. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but the seagulls are laughing. They're very happy too. I live very close to the coast in Cornwall, at the ends of the earth, literally. So I'm very blessed to be near the sea. First of all, I'm going to thank the fairies for helping us in our first card reading. And the card of abundance really is a wonderful way to start this process. Now we're going to move on to our second reading. And this will be a 3-card spread. And the 3 cards will represent the past, the present, and the future. So as you shuffle your cards, you can focus on any questions or concerns that you have. Remembering to visualize the protection fairies around you, holding the space, inviting the fairies in to guide us with their ancient fairy wisdom through the medium of the Oracle of the Fairies. So shuffle your cards until you feel ready, and then you're going to place 3 cards down from left to right. And if you place them face down, and then we can reveal them afterwards. Oh, you do get jumpers in this deck. But you'll know instinctively which are the right cards to use. And especially as you're bonding with the cards still, it's only been a short time. So it's really important to merge your energy with the cards and invite the fairies in to work with you. There you go. Okay, so I don't know what that card is, but I'm going to place it down here and smooth that. That's 1 card. Oh, and another one. They definitely fly out of the deck. So that's 2 cards. So we've got the past and the present here. And now we're looking for a future card. And the future card in this instance represents the future outcome of this current scenario. It doesn't determine the final outcome, because nobody can actually know that. It's just about the present circumstances, the question about which you're asking. So we're just looking for a future card in this sequence of cards here. Woo! Okay, there you go. So we have the past, the present and the future. And first of all, we're going to turn over the first card, which represents the past. And here we have go outside. So the message on the card, go outside. It's time to go outside, tune into the powerful peace of nature wherever you are and feel at one with your habitat. Now this is self-explanatory, but remember that this card is in the past position in our reading. So first of all, can you place this card within your past? Is there a time? It could be a recent past or a distant past, a scenario, a time where you recall being outside in nature and that feeling you felt, where you felt at one and at peace in your environment. Think about that, because this card is reminding you. And take a bit of time to think about this, because it's showing you something. Perhaps you were in a very joyful space. Perhaps you were feeling melancholy and you went out into nature, because the nature can heal us. No matter what we're feeling, it can uplift us. It can make us feel more joyful. It can uplift us if we're feeling sad or down or even angry. Nature can transmute these energies. The next card we have in the position of the present is transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. So the card that's in the center position, which is the present, meaning now, is the card of transformation. And for myself, I can totally relate to this card, because it's the birth of the Oracle of the Fairies for me. I feel like a mother who's just given birth. It's a transforming time for me. And I'm open to transforming for the highest good of myself and others. I wish to share any knowledge, any wisdom that I have in collaboration with the fairy realm for the highest good of all. And that is my wish. So this card is very apt for me. Perhaps you can relate to this card also. Next, we're going to look at the third and final card of this 3-card reading. So we've had the past, go outside, the present, transformation, and the future card, look in a book. Well, I'm always looking in books. I love books. So let's see what the message is. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. So there's a picture of a beautiful fairy with a book open, and she's pointing at either a paragraph or a word. So sometimes you can either ask for further clarification by shuffling another card to elaborate on this card, but this card is pretty self-explanatory. So it's either saying, it could be saying a number of things, and it really is down to your personal interpretation. So look in a book. You take the closest book to you, you hold it, and you ask for the right word to be revealed to you, or the right sentence, or the right paragraph. You close your eyes, you open the book on a random page, and you randomly point your finger, and whatever it says should in theory have some meaning to you. If it doesn't, continue the process or find another book. There are no rules to this. You will know. But don't, if it's a message that you don't really like, don't change it just to suit you. You have to be very honest with yourself when you're working with the cards and when you're doing these spreads. And remember that the past, the present and the future are temporary. It is not a finite future card. It is a future card of the current situation. That's all it is. So it will always be changing. It will always be fluid. It just means this is the final card of this scenario. So take a book, if you have one, and close the book, hold it in your hands, and ask the fairies to guide your finger to the right page, the right paragraph, the right sentence, or the right word. And then see what that is and make a note of it. See if it resonates for you. And I'll leave that with you to explore further. So this is our basic 3-card reading: the past, the present, and the future. So I really hope you've enjoyed exploring these basic spreads today. In the guidebook you'll find further spreads including the fairy ring and the fairy star, and I really hope you enjoy exploring those. In the next video I'll be looking at the messages on some of the cards, and I'm really looking forward to sharing those with you. So until the next time, take care.